Hey, what's up? I'm back. My name is Danielle, if you haven't seen my channel before, and if you can't tell by the name of the channel, 100 Ghost Stories, this is a channel where I like to talk about things that are kind of spooky, kind of paranormal, kind of weird. But this video is a little different because we're going to be playing a drinking game. So we're going to do Dead Files drinking game. I got some ideas from Reddit, and the rest I made up myself. And I have my buddy Matt here with us and my husband Robbie, and we're going to be playing together. Oh, and I haven't mentioned that, like, my channel is called 100 Ghost Stories. I'm trying to get to 100 Ghost Stories. If I get to 100, I'll do something cool. So you'll probably see a number that pops up when we get into it that's higher than 1. And that's because I'm keeping a rolling total of every ghost story I tell. So let's go ahead and start and just let's look at the rules. So we're going to be looking up. If you see us, because there's a TV in front of us that's
make it full screen.
Higher than our heads. So it is 1 drink every time Amy says a spirit is angry or doesn't like us here. It's 1 drink every time Amy makes a weird face during the walkthrough, which is going to be a lot. It's 1 drink every time the screen focuses on Steve's ring, which is likely when he's driving. It's
really that common?
It is common. You'd be surprised.
Like his wedding ring?
I don't know. He has like a whole ass ring.
Oh,
yeah, it's like a class ring. I don't know, magic ring. I don't know. It's a half shot if Steve says something's not good when he opens the drawing at the end. So if he opens the drawing and goes, "Oh, that's not good," then we take a half shot.
I've only seen 2 or 3 episodes, but I think he said it.
Yeah, we've watched like a full season one Saturday, and that's like all we've seen. So we like know a bit, but we definitely haven't seen this episode. At least, hopefully not. If we have, we'll start over and watch a different one. And it's a waterfall while Amy explains the solution to the spirit infestation. Okay. And I know that's a part that we love, so we can always waterfall and then go back and pay attention. But we have to waterfall as she explains everything that you need to do to get rid of the spirit.
I'm gonna waterfall both.
Hopefully she
gets
through it quickly.
And then you have to take a shot if the solution is deemed impossible by the drinkers. So us. So if we're like they're not going to figure it out. Then we take a shot, and then we also have to take a shot and finish our drink if the family must move homes or live with a friend or relative.
All right, well.
Okay.
Cool. It sounds fun.
I looked up a list of the best Dead Files episodes, and I found that this was listed as number 1 on the random list that I found, and it's called Never Alone in Forester, Michigan. Damn it. In Forester, Michigan. Thank God for you.
Yeah.
And Steve and Amy investigate paranormal activity at a home in Michigan. That doesn't really tell us much, so we can go ahead and watch it.
There's this thing. It's really creepy.
I like watching a show with you guys side by side. This is really cozy.
My name is Amy Allen. I speak to dead people. His head was cracked. But there's only one way to know if my findings are real. This guy was murdered. I rely on my partner.
I'm Steve DeShavi. I'm a retired New York City homicide detective.
Amy and I conduct our investigations separately. It's my job to look at the property's past and
What is it with this?
while Amy makes contact with the dead.
I didn't think it would be so quick.
It's the first thing that fucking
I'm in
happens.
Forester, Michigan.
Oh, good Lord.
To review, what we're looking for is Amy right here to say it's angry, like he, she are angry, or they don't like us here.
Yeah, or
make a really like weird face.
No, okay.
That's all you gotta do.
So
For
just
any reason.
waterfall.
She's
whenever
ever just
she's
like
on the screen.
No, babes, you don't waterfall it. Not yet.
Sorry.
I'll let you know when to waterfall.
Okay.
There's this guy, and all of a sudden, like I was him. That's never happened before in an opening where I was the dead person, or he was in me.
We should have done something with that.
Before I begin my walk, I enter a meditative state.
She shows
This
any
allows me to
emotion.
receive
If he shows any emotion, take 2 shots.
Because I felt like I was losing myself. I don't do that. I don't let them do that anymore. So I was pushing him out, but I couldn't. So I stopped
Stop the opening, you mean?
Yes, I stopped the opening. He was a big, burly dude. His hands were calloused, very, very calloused. I'm getting a sharp pain right here.
What do we think the camera dude's thoughts are on her?
I think he just eggs her on because he's like, yeah, you're fucking loony.
I think he's
Yeah.
hardly listening.
I like to think he's hardly listening.
Yeah.
There's also a little bit of me that thinks maybe they're a couple. And like he's like the more serious one and she's like the fun, kooky one.
It's a fun.
Kind of like Mike and Phoebe vibes.
Anyways, he didn't come back until I was in the yard.
Yeah, it's a drink.
All right.
Getting a really sharp pain right here.
His face there is incredible. Oh, Steve.
Steve, our
I
guy.
do love Steve. I don't really like Amy. I love
Crystal,
Steve.
we spoke on the phone.
He seems like a sweet uncle.
Yeah.
We have been experiencing noises, voices, footsteps, objects have moved, lights going on and off. My family has seen shadows. I get very overwhelmed and emotional. Something comes over me, like you feel a presence.
Is it getting to the point where you think it's dangerous yet?
I feel like it's getting that way. I feel like it's progressively getting worse.
So how long have you been living here?
About a year. I inherited it from my parents. They were making the house into a bed and breakfast, and that's kind of why I sold my home. And
I like feel bad. I don't mean to laugh at her. I'm not laughing at her and her
His
presence.
facial expression
He's
was
so intense.
He's like, he has eye twitching every time she says like, anything.
It's like everything
She's
she
not
says
really
is like
saying-
appalling.
It's pretty regular stuff I inherited from my parents.
Oh.
Oof.
Ugh.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
It's
I
not
like
good.
I like to think he's barely listening too.
I don't think he is.
Yeah.
You think it's safe?
I
mean, I don't know. It's my house. You know, what am I supposed to do?
Oh no.
Crystal, why is it so important for you to stay?
Well, it's my
I'm
house.
attached to this home.
That's where I live.
My whole family's attached.
So you obviously
Got a mortgage.
it's emotional for you.
It's supposed to be my
It's very
business.
emotional. I feel like I'm being kicked out. Kicked out of my own home.
Well, hopefully we'll get some answers for you. You won't have to leave.
It's the least comforting.
Okay.
Hopefully you won't get kicked out of your house by the ghost.
Yeah.
He's pissed off and he won't talk to me because I won't let him inside my body.
Okay.
So do you know who he is?
I think he's the guy who lived here.
This is something everyone has to comment on, but how funny is it that he's filming her with like a shit camera and then there's like a really professional probably camera crew
Yeah,
filming them.
him
That's
more
really
than her.
good.
They really should just have him without a camera.
I like that he's in it. So
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
I love. his-
otherwise he'd just be staring at her like this, like
yeah,
without
I
a
guess the
camera.
prop makes it
They
more
just shoot back to him, and he's just like,
natural.
yeah.
Huh.
Oh, that's weird.
Oh God. Oh my head.
I'm kind of just drinking. I should just.
It's almost like
I
I'm
keep-
keep
It's gonna come in
ripped it off.
Yeah.
hard at the end. So. What qualifies as a weird face?
She makes
Oh,
a lot.
God.
Ah, weird face.
Weird face. Oh,
This is the area of the house where most of the activity occurs.
Okay, like what?
Lights coming on constantly. I literally saw the bathroom light switch on.
And nobody was in the bathroom, I assume. Any deaths in the area?
I do know that there's a town legend that people have talked about since I was a kid.
What is it?
Her name is Minnie Quay, and in the late 1800s, she committed suicide. She's actually buried in the local cemetery that's just not too far from here.
I'm excited. I like a good town legend.
She's wearing like a yellow dress and she has long hair. She's not happy.
Oh, she's not
really
happy.
wild,
You think that
especially for her
counts?
time, you know? And I think she got in trouble a lot. She is.
Let's add a role for this guy. He's too
She's in
classic. We need a rule for the camera.
We can't.
Well, I guess
Yeah, he doesn't do enough to.
He doesn't do anything, but I love him.
I love
He
him
cracks
too.
me up
We can
because
still appreciate him without
I'm
giving him
gonna
a roll.
drink when he makes me laugh. When he makes me laugh.
Here,
When he makes me laugh.
social for the
I mean,
camera guy.
There you
Cheers.
for the camera guy.
Just
and if
out
I
Out of
laugh,
respect.
If I laugh at his face,
I'm an idiot.
and
I don't know
he's-
why I tried to cheers you so many times.
He makes me laugh by his presence. I'm never.
We'll
Yeah.
just intermittently take a social. For the
Yeah,
camera guy.
when we feel appreciation, we'll social for him.
He's a good guy.
She's so hyper, I can't understand a word she's saying. She's like, like right here.
Your
Talking
face.
so fast, I can't understand her. I'm like asking her to calm down. She needs to calm it down, calm it down.
So, Brittany, I was talking to your mom, and she was explaining what's going on in the house and how it's affecting her and
She's
practically
so
the whole family.
uncomfortable.
Yeah. For
What about yourself?
I just wake up in the middle of the night. Sometimes I feel like I'm being watched. I get an eerie feeling.
So, what do you think is watching you?
I have seen a tall, black, shadowy person.
Okay.
I never see its face. It's just like a black blob.
So there's two of these, very tall, dark, solid, perfectly round.
The other one watched this before. They were wearing coats then too. They always wear coats inside the
does seem-
homes. He's in a coat, dare I say a scarf, and she's in a coat, a scarf, a hat.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's for the cameras.
Why for
I
the
don't really know
cameras
why.
though? Why?
I didn't notice it till you pointed it out. So
I didn't notice
I don't
until
know
like just a
why
second
I
ago
didn't.
either.
Huh.
Huh. Let's ponder that.
When they can reach, they're trying to get something.
Cheers, boys.
Yeah.
I'm getting two things. They're together.
What do you mean?
They have some relationship here. And it's a male and a female. This is male, that's female. That's angry, this is sad.
That's angry. Does that count?
I think
Yeah.
these black masses are the beginnings of a psychic
Cheers.
kinetic manifestation. I can't tell where they came from, but they're powerful and can affect people in this house.
But your heart's beating and your head's dizzy and you're kind of nauseous and you feel like you're gonna fall over.
Yeah.
I'm physically
Cheers.
being affected here. I got chills just on my leg. Like there's something here.
Now, is there any place specific in the house that you've experienced anything?
I've actually seen a shadow in my dining room. I was standing in the doorway in my kitchen. All of a sudden, I see this big black massive shadow just go right across my
Okay.
dining room.
I know you keep saying it, but I can't imagine someone looking at you that intensely. Like I saw a shadow, and they look at you like you're fucking nuts.
He does the same. They have like a formula. This guy is just like, oh, you tell me a story? Oof.
Oof. I do like
Oh,
the theory
man.
that he's just not listening. He just
Yeah.
knows how to pretend
Just
he's
tells him like a
listening.
whole long
Hey,
story. He's
yeah.
like, okay, so what's in the shed? Let's go to the shed.
Yeah.
So why'd you bring me to the shed?
Now, describe it to me.
So it was like this, about this wide. It was like a mass. Took up the whole length of the ceiling, which we got 9-foot ceilings, so I know it was pretty tall.
Damn. He's flexing on his ceilings.
I have high ceilings.
You love high ceilings.
This
I
is-
know you're jealous.
Getting chills up my back. Right here. It's like being touched. It's
All right.
really tall and it bends
Fine.
over. It's really creepy.
She's like, oh.
It's like 9 feet tall. It has to bend to see.
They don't even talk until after.
My client mentioned a legend about this girl, Minnie Quaid, that killed herself. I need to find out from you if it's true or not.
Oh, it's true.
It
Minnie
is.
Quaid did kill herself.
Now, when did this happen?
This happened on April 27th, 1876.
Okay.
Here's her death certificate. Suicide by drowning.
So what can you tell me about her?
You know, Minnie was a 15-year-old girl who was boy crazy. She was a wild child of the time, but her parents were very...
Suicide by drowning is really intense.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
I just can't handle Steve's shocked reaction. Because, like, he
Not
had to
laughing at
know. He knew this was...
Well, because he's like, oh, my client said this girl killed herself. Is that true? And she's like, oh, it's true.
They're not gonna...
And he's like, what?
She would secretly meet him. They pledged their love to each other. Maybe they were formally engaged.
Maybe.
And her parents found out.
here.
Yeah.
And they forbade her to see this sailor. And she defied them and tried to see him, and they locked her in her room. When the shipping season reopened again in April, she found out that his ship had foundered and he was lost at sea. She was devastated. And so on April 27th, eyewitnesses said that she walked through Main Street and walked down the length of the pier and jumped into the frigid, icy water of Lake Huron.
Our question was
answered. Problem solved.
Not
That's how you do it. But
our question is answered. Not
I guess that's how you do it.
Black sheep is gone.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
Props. That's terrible.
It's problem solved.
No. I feel like that is such a common legend that I've heard on like ghost shows. Like long ago, this girl's dude got lost at sea.
I think
they were probably maybe engaged. And then he didn't come back, so she committed suicide. I feel like that's classic.
I think it's bullshit too.
Do you? She's a historian, Rob.
Look at her. She knows it all.
She's not a historian. They just put books behind her.
So was her body recovered?
It was recovered. They did it by using grappling hooks.
Oh, I've seen that before.
It's very gruesome.
They could hook into the
When
neck,
has he seen
the
that?
torso, the face. I actually seen a guy one time get caught under the chin, and that's how they were able to pull him out of the water.
Dude.
It's pretty sad.
Very sad.
I don't know.
He didn't need
fucked
to.
up, but,
I know
like,
he
it's
said
such
he
a
didn't need
weird-
to tell that story. He's like,
he
oh yeah, with
sounds
grappling hooks. I seen a guy get pulled up by his neck.
He's like, how'd they get her? Oh, yeah, that gruesome shit.
Oh yeah, rough. Seen a guy.
That's the first time he related to anything.
Yeah, normally he's just like, oh.
Like Steve, you've been
I'm
through
sorry.
some
Do
things.
you know what it...
Damn. Wow.
Oh!
Pain behind my
good.
ears on either
Still
side.
kinda get it.
Really, really intense.
I can't reach it. I can't breathe. I think she's dying.
Okay. Okay. Listening.
Amy, you guys.
Since this is such a small town and everything's so close together, Minnie Quay's suicide might not have been the only death in Crystal's body.
I love that they really do.
I love the
that.
ring, yeah.
It's very
It's
obviously
fancy
to
and
see
it's
his ring.
specific.
He's like, hey, get a shot of my ring in there, guys.
You have to think the ring has like a magical property. Like if he takes it off, he'll like age like the Red Woman from Game of Thrones. It's keeping him alive in some way or
No,
another.
it's keeping Amy alive.
It's keeping Amy alive. No, Amy spelled it for him.
Oh, there you go.
She's like, this ring will keep you safe.
But you work for me.
All right.
But you work for me now. I like this narrative.
Do you know where I... What'd you do?
The two fires that swept through Forrester in the late 1800s.
Something about that
were definitely
shot.
tragic.
It was too bland.
I'm at the library to find out who owned Crystal's land around that time.
Steve looking, it's smart, Steve.
Focus on his ring.
Oh yeah, focus on the ring.
Give me over behind them.
There's a woman crying, real, like, sobbing. She's sobbing. And then somebody says, well, the baby died. It's horrible.
Yeah.
She's holding the dead baby.
Pretty insensitive. Like,
well,
obviously she's crying because the baby's dead.
Just sobbing. And someone said, well, the baby died.
Crystal inherited this house from her parents, who sadly passed away a few years back.
They're such a sweet family.
They're very nice.
I kind of feel like guilty that they're so sweet.
I think I've seen episodes where I'm like, oh, they're kind of weird. Like, not to be mean, but like I don't believe them. But these people are.
I
really
know.
sweet.
I like
And I'm
Steve
so
and Amy too, but I don't know. It feels like too gimmicky when there was such a normal family, and I'm like kind of worried for them. And I hope
They don't kick them out of their house.
I hope they're okay and they can live at their house and the solution
just like,
is
"Hey, guys,
acceptable
just
and doable.
Yeah, we just gotta get a little exorcism over here, buddy. And they're like, okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Not like you need somebody of Moroccan ancestry with a feminine energy.
I forgot.
And a native shaman with a masculine energy.
Yeah.
And then you also need to find this rare stone and then bring them
I
all
forgot
together
that they,
and
like-
see if you can exercise the home. And I think it'll do the trick.
Since they moved in about a year or so ago, they've been going through some horrific things. They're actually scared to be here. Leaving here is not an option. So with that being said, what I'll do is I'll turn it over to Amy and she can start telling us about
That ring was showcased.
That was not.
That was a showcase. Straight. He was showing it off. Like
that was his choice, though, wasn't it? Yeah.
I saw that something bad happened outside, and I heard people screaming and yelling. And then I saw like 15 to 20 bodies just kind of scattered around on the ground. One of them was a child.
back in 1871, there was a huge fire here that killed a few hundred people. There were bodies everywhere.
So hundreds of people died?
Yeah. And then again in 1881, another fire just wiped everything out. It actually destroyed about 56 acres of land that was owned by this guy, Harrison Cooper. The interesting thing about Harrison Cooper, his wife was pregnant during the time of the fire. She gave birth within a few days after the fire to a baby boy. She dies of a heart attack a couple of days after that. Unfortunately, 6 weeks later, the baby died.
Yikes.
poor Harrison. People just
That's
make
Harrison.
a movement upstairs.
That's Harrison.
Yeah, we just got thin walls.
No, that's Harrison.
There's this man that came into my body, and so I'm seeing things through his eyes because we meshed.
Is he dangerous?
Yes. Say you're sleeping. The distinction between reality and dreams can get blurred.
Oh, yeah.
She's having nightmares.
I do.
Okay.
Does he come and go, or is he here all the time?
It seems like he's here all the time.
Does he watch us?
Well, yeah.
Well, I feel like I'm being
But
watched.
yeah.
That's why I asked.
I hope Amy's not just on her bullshit.
If she's like full of shit, she's fucking evil because
very
like she's
evil.
scaring the crap out of this like
Unless
poor
this whole
teenage
show's
girl.
fake,
Like,
but
and
they
if
get
she's
some
being
good
honest,
actors
it's
show
like
them.
all for their own good.
She's full of shit.
I think she's full of shit, but either they hire incredible actors or she's just like bullying people who are sad.
I like-
No, she's bullying people.
I like to think Amy can't be that cruel, but this is such a gimmicky show that it's like,
It's kind of freaking me out.
yeah.
Kind of.
Okay, so what else did you see?
When I went upstairs, I heard this woman sobbing, really crying, like hard, like from her stomach, you know? I heard someone say, well, the baby died. I saw blood all over her. And then she was holding the baby and like petting it in a weird way. And the baby was dead.
See what I mean? Like that's sick if she made that up.
That'd be very fucked up.
She's either saying these fucked up things or she's like a really mean lady.
She takes what he's told and turns it into like a scarier story.
That's so
Maybe.
theatrical though. Like, yeah, I was in your house. I was in your bedroom, in fact, and I saw a lady petting her bloody dead baby.
Yeah, it's like
That's fucked up, you guys. Like,
don't think I'm gonna go to sleep in there tonight.
yeah, I don't know.
Oof.
You're not a good person if you made that up, Amy.
Did you see his extreme, like, looking back and forth? Just
Steve's checked out. Like,
Well, he's look at him.
he's look at him. He's checked
And
out.
yeah, he should be a little more horrified of that than like. Huh.
He looks full. Like he had a big meal.
A lot of things that happened here were very disturbing for her.
Well, that makes sense to me then. The guy Harrison Cooper I was talking about, when he moved to this property, his daughter Emma J, she was living here with her husband. She wound up having a stillborn baby here. Matter of fact, it was in 1903, but they still had a death certificate for her. When I was told, the baby's probably buried on the property.
Is that the real death certificate?
There's no way they.
Otherwise, he copied it, crumpled it, and then spread it out again.
All of a sudden, I felt really, really, really sad. Like somebody had just died.
Who's that sound?
Yeah, anyway.
Huh?
It was a town legend that she killed herself. She was 15 years old. She threw herself in the river, right over here by the dock.
So this is more than a town legend?
Yeah.
She might be going between different locations all the time. It could be more than just this house.
I don't want to like die in a tragic way, but if I did have to die like young, I would like to be a town legend that could like travel from home to home. Social for Minnie.
Social for Minnie Quay. It's a good name too.
It's a good.
I want
It's a
that
good
to be
ghost
like my
name.
online
Yeah.
alias.
Ooh,
Minnie
it should
Quay.
be.
So I went into the room with the pink bed, and I did not feel good in there at all. I got really, really bad chills, like in different parts of my body. Then I'm looking and I see these two dark things in each corner of the room. They're very tall. And I felt like they were trying to reach something or someone because they're coming in towards the bed. And they're just sitting there watching.
Thanks.
They're
Aw.
very, very creepy.
Oh my God, is Steve crying too? Steve said too.
Amy, stop. You got a heart of gold.
And look at that beautiful ring. Social for Steve and his ring.
That ring is the star of the show.
It's something
He's
else.
the star. Steve is the star.
The ring's the co-star.
I did sketch what I saw in her room. It looks a little odd.
So she gives to Steve.
What does Steve say?
Oh no. Steve, don't do it.
Do you have to do a half shot?
Jesus. Now, does this look similar to what you saw in the doorway?
Does that count as a not good?
No. He said
Okay.
Jesus.
Said Jesus. Okay.
Yeah. I can't see a face.
These things can make you feel sick and dizzy and nauseous. And this one is sadness.
She drew what she saw at night.
Yeah.
I mean,
I won't call the whole thing a farce.
I feel like there's a little bit of psychicness with a little bit of theatrics meshed together.
I wouldn't call it that.
We better have to turn it over to Amy.
Waterfall.
Oh shit.
Starting one.
Well, the first thing is that you do need a medium to come back and help to move Minnie on. Not talk to her, not do anything, just to move on. That medium, after doing that with her, needs to go up into your room and go to the corner, then ask the male that's here to receive this back as part of him. So he's whole. And then she moves him on. Then she needs to deal with this. And what she needs to do there is she needs to collect the energy, and then she needs to take it out of
God,
the
you're
house.
talking so slow.
It's just funky, emotional energy that needs to be contained and removed from the house. And the medium needs to do that.
Fuck up, Amy. You...
The other thing would be for you to go ahead and sleep in another area of the house because it would take quite some time for these things to reroute. So if you're sleeping in another area of the house, that would be much more beneficial for you.
So where are you sleeping tonight?
I don't know. Not in my room.
Okay.
I won't say.
I wouldn't
So
sleep
what
in
was
your
the
room
solution?
right now.
Is that it? I don't think she's done.
I don't know.
That's where you're sleeping tonight. I wasn't listening. I took like fucking 4/5 of an
I know, I feel more buzzed than I am this whole time.
Oh,
That's all hitting me.
I
It
didn't.
was a terrible rule.
You have to find a medium. You have to be like, okay, so there's this woman here named Minnie. Don't talk to her. Don't chat
Tell
with
her
her.
move on.
Just move her on. That's it. And I'm be like, what does she have to do with the male spirit?
Just remove something. I don't know.
Then go out to my room and
Tell
then
the male
remove
to
the male spirit.
Fucking get out of here. And then you got the high-heeled shoe one in the corner.
Let's see what's gonna happen
That's
here.
the daughter.
Some weird things just happened. First of all, when we were in the middle of filming the ending here, we were so close. Like this close. But like the camera just flickered off and there was no video saved. So we spent like,
True.
was it like 45 minutes? Half hour, 45 minutes?
Probably like 30 minutes.
It felt like the longest time, probably around 30
But it was-
minutes,
it was
just being like, what the
We
hell?
gave up on it.
And we looked for the video. Yeah, we totally gave
We're
up.
gonna just do it again next week.
I decided, let's do this next weekend because we've already played one drinking game. We can't do it again. We're going to get too smashed if we do it. And I was like, whatever, I'll just tell a story time tomorrow, record it. It's fine. And we'll just try it again next weekend. But all of a sudden the video saved. But I was screen recording the show at the same time, and that also quit and did not save. Maybe it'll magically come back, probably not, but I'll find a way to put it together. I'm resourceful. But I say we poured these half shots thinking Steve would say this is not good when he looked at the drawing, and he did not. You took your half shot.
Mine mysteriously went empty.
Give me your shot glaze. Okay, we'll take our half shots.
Did you explain that the video has reappeared on your phone?
Yeah,
That's the
it
craziest
just
part.
randomly reappeared. It was gone for the full 30 minutes.
I don't know if it was like rendering. I don't know if it's like.
I don't know what the hell that was. It disappeared, but
It just like stopped recording, went to her like files, not there. Then we really believe.
Heard us talking shit.
Amy heard us talking shit. We talked too much shit.
Yeesh.
Flew too close to the sun, and
We respect Amy.
we got put back in her
We
place.
respect Amy, Steve.
Offering to Amy, offering to Steve,
Salutations, Steve.
offering to camera guy, and bless this haunted home.
Bless this haunted home for the lads.
Here's
Okay, so we're just gonna watch the end of this.
Well, we're feeling pretty good because we really thought we just lost the whole thing. It's like, you know, we can do
thought
it
it was
again,
fun.
but then it's kind of, it's just not as authentic or whatever. We've been sad.
Yeah, so let's finish this one up. We got like 2 minutes left.
Bottom line, they get all this done.
Mhm.
Is Crystal and her family going to be able to stay here and turn this place into a bed and breakfast?
Possibly, yeah.
Now you're gonna follow Amy's advice, obviously.
Oh, I'm gonna do it.
That's the whole thing. Wait, immediately after the investigation, Mike was attacked by an unseen entity. Crystal is now searching for a medium to cleanse their home.
now searching.
Well,
Anyways, that's it. We're buzzed. We're glad this
we
saved.
did our waterfall. That was
It
like
was
an
a
hour and
trick
half
and
ago
then a
now or
miracle.
something, but it hit hard. and
That waterfall hit hard. Do we
We
do
were
one
sad.
shot to say goodbye? Cheers, buddies.
Appletinis for the lads.
Mm. Ah, I hated that.
It was pretty horrible.
That was
Actually,
pretty
it's okay.
terrible.
But not
I hated that. I'm not doing that again.
sponsored by
Okay.
Ciroc.
We're not sponsored by anyone. Nobody watches this shit. But anyways,
Well, not yet.
oh,
I'll
if you
reach
got
out to
through this
DJ
mess,
Khaled or
thank you. I appreciate you. Subscribe if you like this. Like it if you like this video.
like that.
Watch another one if you're interested. Thank you. I appreciate you, and have a great day, evening, 24 hours, whatever time it is there.
24/7, baby.
Have a great 24/7.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Love you.
Peace.
Love you.
But they're like
Exercise.
hyper-focused and we're waterfalling. So.
Yeah, this is post waterfall.
The water, it really hits you hard.
It's really hard. She talked slower than I thought
She's
she
very
would.
slow,
Yeah,
and
she doesn't say shit.
I didn't even necessarily.
That was her. How
much,
much
but it
booze
kinda
is in this? 4%. I'm a weakling.
It's only like you.
One.
Why don't you do that?
Come in.
2 spirits.
Get rid of Minnie. Don't talk to her. Don't look at her. Just get rid of her.
Move her on.
2. Go to my room. Get rid of the male energy.
Remove the man.
Yeah, remove the man.
Please.
3. Collect the other negative energy and just get it out of
Take her
here.
out. Don't
Take
move
it out.
her on. Don't convince her to leave. Don't do anything. Take her out. A beer, but
Those are all bubbly.
They are all bubbly.
She's probably feeling a little stomach pain.
It got
there's
me.
a lot going on.